Centralia College because I really felt like school, academic-wise and soccer-wise, it would be a good fit for me. And then I come here and I play, and it's like the competition is crazy, and I don't think the label of community college means anything to the skill that people have. My name is Gabby, and I play soccer at Centralia College, and I go boldly. I chose Centralia College because I really felt like school, academic-wise and soccer-wise, it would be a good fit for me. And then
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
And be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
Not bad, Trent.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
I chose Centralia College because I really felt like school, academic-wise and soccer-wise, it would be a good fit for me. And then I come here and I play, and it's like the competition is crazy, and I don't think the label of community college means anything to the skill that people have. My name is Gabby, and I play soccer at Centralia College, and I go boldly. I chose
The NWAC would like to thank Baden for supplying the official game balls of the NWAC Championships. Baden is committed to developing and producing the highest quality products in sports and is driven by what is right for athletes. Baden, perform better. Good evening and welcome to our nightcap of the NWAC soccer semifinals here from Starfire Stadium in Tequila, Washington. Andrew Harvey alongside Dave Morris for you. And it's been a phenomenal day of soccer. How was your 15-minute break? We've just been cranking them out today.
Yeah, this has been nonstop soccer. Good stuff.
Yeah, frankly, you could do a lot worse than just out-and-out nonstop soccer.
Yeah, but, people always give me a hard time. What do you do when the season's over as a women's soccer coach? And I kind of laugh because the season never ends. But at the same time, the clock's ticking and you're clocked in and you're watching soccer. There's worse ways to spend your day for sure.
Definitely.
So,
and that's what we spent today doing, and we already know the other half of the men's final bracket for the NWAC for Sunday. The Tacoma Titans powering past Pierce 4-1, and now it is time to watch the other team that came out of the West in the number 1 position, the Highline Thunderbirds, take on the Whatcom Orcas.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough deal. Highline, the number 1, the Western Division co-champions, and the top seed out of the West, they end up playing Whatcom, the number 1 seed out of the North, and then the 2 and 3 seeds out of the West play each other in the all-Western Division qualifier for the championship game to take on the number 1 seed T-Birds or Whatcom, the number 1 seed in the North. So a little bit of from a seeding standpoint, it looks like a lopsided bracket a little bit, honestly. But
yeah, bracketology can be a fickle mistress from time to time.
Well, there's you can do it the way the NWAC does it, where the brackets are hard. So you win, you move on your bracket line, and then the Cascade Conference, they reseed after each round. So if you upset somebody, if you're the 8th seed and you upset the 1, you get to play the 2 in the next round, which is it's good if you're a higher seed. But one of the advantages to upsetting people in a hard bracket is if you're the 8 and you beat the 1, now you're on the 1 line.
Very true. Let's take a look at the starting 11 for both teams. Up first for the Orcas, who come into tonight's match 14-3-4 overall, 11-1-3. They are head by head coach Jason Jorgensen. Here is his starting 11. In goal is Hector Gutierrez. The outfield players, Coleman French, Fabian Zenteno, Lucas Lieberman, Cameron Miller, Garrison Lee, Bekele Dowdy, Corey Williams, Jung Yun Kim, Noah Rasmussen, and rounding things out is Keegan Rubio. On the other side of the equation, the Highline T-Birds, 14-1-1 overall, 10-1-1 in conference play. Steve Moan listed his starting 11 as such. In goal is Alex Weaver. The outfield, Noah Runsvold, Tucker Davidson, Dylan Murphy, Trey Flowers, Alex Velasco, Jason Rodriguez, Marcus Machado, Dane Evinger, Gasol Ducour, and finally Nestor Quijada. So 2 starting 11s rolled out there, and then the Highline Thunderbirds have just been in great form of late. They only lost that one match to Tacoma back on September 19th in a 2-1 loss. Since then, they've been unbeaten.
And a draw. They played Tacoma 3 times, 1-1-1, an even split. So if Highline goes through to the final, they'll be looking to break through that tie, because they've literally had it's pretty hard to perfectly split 3 games. But sure enough, they lost 2-1. They beat them 4-2, and then they tied them 0-0 October 24th. Meanwhile, at Whatcom, they lost to Highline 2-0 during the NWAC friendlies to start the season. Lost to the University of Puget Sound 1-0. Once again, early in the year, that's a 4-year program. And then their only other loss was a 2-1 loss October 20th to Everett. They came out of that, beat Peninsula 1-0, Shoreline 8-zip, Spokane 1-0, and here we are.
Well, top performer far and away for them is Keegan Rubio, 10 goals, 5 assists on the season. For the Thunderbirds, they have 5 players in triple digits on goal production. Riley Johnson, Jason Rodriguez, and Alex Velasco all having hit at least 10 goals. Johnson, in addition to that 15-goal performance from him, has 10 assists this year, so I'd expect him to feature heavily in tonight's match.
Well, I hope so. I wonder if he's coming off being a little bit dinged up since he's not starting today. Hopefully he'll be able to make an appearance. Yeah, Jason Rodriguez, 17 goals, 2 assists. Alex Velasco, 10 and 4. Whatcom beat Spokane 1-0 at home. Spokane was the number 2 seed out of the East region. They knocked off Portland. Whatcom beat them 1-0 to make it here. And then Highline went past Columbia Basin 3-1 on this field, which is pretty much their home field in the semifinals. So pretty decisive win for Highline. Top seed out of that very, very strong West Division. And Tacoma already waiting. And they'll be rooting for overtime and maybe a couple red cards, things like that for our finalists today here.
Absolutely. Tacoma was able to kind of rotate a lot of their starters off the field early. They were up by 3 goals with, I want to say, about 20 minutes left to go.
They had it. They killed the game off pretty well with about 20 minutes left. But honestly, I thought they continued the rotation, their starting rotation. I don't think they broke rotation much. I think they feel like they're pretty well rested. They've got to be feeling pretty good and confident. They did give up the 90th minute goal, but I'm sure they're going to be able to work past that fairly quickly. They're going to be ready to go, and they're just a good team. Obviously, you got 2 division champions facing off. They're going to play a really good team in the final. Should be a great match on Sunday. But against who? Well, this is a pretty exciting looking match right now as the Orcas and the T-Birds get ready to take the field here.
The NWAC would like to thank Highline College for hosting the NWAC Soccer Championships. Many staff and volunteers helped make this event a success. Music starting to come over the loudspeaker, sort of trying to summon the players. Let them know that it is right around kickoff time. This match scheduled to start about 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. I thought they had everybody off the field ready to go. Both teams look like they're ready. They just haven't kind of been summoned onto the field in some way. I'm a little surprised they haven't started introductions.
Whatcom, for their part, are still mostly kind of changing into their gear.
I wonder if they were a little late coming off the field.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight. You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings. Do you have that real look in your eye? That when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quaid? See ya! Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
whatever you're going to do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
Well, we're getting word now that there was some sort of equipment malfunction here at Starfire Stadium. Again, we are on pace to begin the final semifinal match of the day between the Highline Thunderbirds and Whatcom Orcas in about 5 minutes here. That's what we've been told. So stay tuned. The stream is working. We will have the match for you. Just hang tight with us, and we will see you at about 8:13 Pacific time for the kickoff between the Orcas and the Thunderbirds here on the NWAC Digital Network.
For the visiting Thunderbirds, number 0, Daniel Gomez. Number 1, Alex Weaver. Number 3, Noah Runsvold. Number 4, Tucker Davidson. Number 5, Riley Johnson. Number 6, Dylan Murphy. Number 7, Trey Flowers. Number 9, Alex Velasco. Number 10, Jason Rodriguez. Number 11, Axel Nehia. Number 12, Tyler Black. Number 13, Marcus Machado. Number 14, Dane Avenger. Number 15, Gabriel McGregor. Number 16, Chris Gonzalez. Number 18, Skylar Rohr. Number 19, Desiree Katameya. Number 20, Haruki Takamura. Number 21, Augustin Estrada. Number 22, Muhammad Dugtow. Number 23, Wobi Toronjo. Number 24, Jay Kevalos. Number 25, Gasso Ducour. Number 28, Nestor Quijada. Number 29, Matthew Duran. And number 31, Haley Adane. Coaching staff for Highline, the head coach is Steve Mon. His assistants are Rafael Cox and Nick Rosado. For the home, Whatcom Orcas, number 0, Jared Hoyt. Number 1, Hector Gutierrez. Number 2, Coleman French. Number 3, Connor Smith. Number 4, Kealawa Kikoa. Number 5, Fabian Zenteno. Number 6, Lucas Lieberman. Number 7, Connor Seed. Number 8, Gio Lobo. Number 9, Jesus Guerrero. Number 11, Pono Halamano. Number 12, 7-0. Number 13, Luis Jasso. Number 14, Cameron Miller. Number 16, Bakari Dibba. Number 17, Garrison Lee. Number 18, Koki Fujita. Number 19, Bekele Doughty. Number 20, Mark Granados. Number 21, Corey Williams. Number 22, Jung Yoon Kim. Number 23, Riley McNeil. Number 24, Hayden Price. Number 26, Noah Rasmussen. Number 28, Takumi Murayama. Number 29, Keegan Rubio. Coaching staff for the Orcas, head coach is Jason Jorgensen. And he's assisted by Nate Robertson, Nick Cashmere, Ivan Colin, Sebastian Kent, and the athletic trainer is Chandler Batiste. The officials for tonight's game. The head referee is Su Hui Assistant referee 1 is Liam Leonard. Assistant referee 2 is Paolo Sochka. Fourth official is Chadwick Thresher. And the assessor is Mohammed Zarabi Kashan. Let's have us a good game and away we go.
We are back here on the NWAC Digital Network. Well, it took us a little bit longer than we had hoped, but now, about 20 minutes after our scheduled start, we are apparently set to go.
Whatcom in the vertical stripes, going right to left.
Which, by the way, I'm going to warn you folks ahead of time, it makes it impossible to make out the numbers on the backs of these uniforms. We will definitely do the best we can, but that is difficult to read, sir.
Yeah, that's a little bit different, and also the non-contrasting numbers. Dark numbers over dark stripes on a white jersey. And then Highline in the green and white.
Much more agreeable to the eye.
Yes. Certainly a lot easier to identify the numbers. That's something where, you know, the NCAA schools, the uniform rules are pretty well enforced, and schools have been burned on buying stuff that was a little over the top and then having to replace it. In the NWAC and in the NAIA, I think the enforcement mechanism is not as robust, and you're still getting schools that outfit their teams in jerseys that are not that easy to discern. Because there's some things you can wear those stripes and you can still put numbers on there that people can see.
Regardless,
that's not the choice that the Orc has made today.
Indeed, it's not. Highline over the ball first, set to begin play.
Jason Rodriguez kicks it off, and looks like we're going to see another very high-tempo game. Suey with an early foul call there, setting a tone. Tucker Davidson going to take the kick for the T-Birds here.
Davidson.
A little flick on.
Here come the Orcas on the counter. Goes out to Gasso Dukar. Again, it might just take us a minute or two here to try to figure out which Whatcom player is playing where precisely.
Well, I think this is another instance of kind of a 3-5-2 against a 4-3-3. Oh, Whatcom tried to slot a pass. They had the right seam and the right run, and the pass hit the striker's feet. Bounced backwards, and Highline got let off. Here comes the underlapping run.
The ball in.
And
flags up for offside. But an inviting looking ball in from Jason Rodriguez.
Absolutely, both teams back and forth 2 minutes into the game. Look a little bit dangerous. I'm looking at Whatcom trying to figure out if it's a 3-5-2 or a 4-3-3.
Hector Gutierrez, the goalie, fails to beat Machado.
T-Birds take a minute to organize, look long. They look content to play this game at a little bit slower tempo.
Rodriguez, the flick on header. Orcas moving up the far side.
Ball goes beyond the far post.
Must be a free kick for Whatcom.
Yeah, another foul on Highline. Watching the Tacoma team kind of file into the stands to watch this. Honestly, I'd be trying to figure out how I could get those guys to go for dinner somewhere warm. Coming back and playing in 48 hours. Or a little less. Nice ball in. Free header, and Whatcom, 4 minutes into the game, gets on the board. There's one of the guys wearing stripes. Scored that goal.
No idea who scored it, but a pretty good finish on the header.
Yeah, that's an old scouting report thing, you know, on the women's side. It was the girl with the socks and the ponytail.
And Cameron Miller with the header goal.
Cameron Miller for the Whatcom Orcas breaks the ice here. 4 minutes into the match. Highline is up against it.
And that definitely the earliest goal we've seen today in these semifinals.
Well, there's an old saying, you know, English soccer, every game needs an early goal. And we just got it. We'd already seen in the first 2 minutes both teams showed a little bit of attacking verve there. And a really inviting ball hung up into the box. A big crowd. It's a real challenge for a goalkeeper. You know, the default is if it's in the 6 like that, you really want your goalkeeper to handle it. But that ball was right on the edge of the 6, and there was a big crowd in there. I don't think it was realistic for the keeper to get out and grab it. And honestly, the way it was hanging, if a Whatcom player could get some momentum, it was going to be a difficult play, and it was. It went in. Well done for them, and now the West Division champ has 85 minutes to try to solve the problem here. And right away they put Whatcom under pressure, and
this is Rodriguez. His shot is blocked.
Rodriguez certainly really dynamic. He's looked good a couple times. And we're early in the day here.
Correction, the assist on the goal was Corey Williams on the free kick.
We're being told Corey Williams was the Orca who took the free kick. Gets an assist on the goal. Now Highline plays the ball out wide.
And that's Lieberman committing the foul.
Giving Highline a really good opportunity to swing a ball into the far post here, and they assemble a group of 5 players there to receive it.
Number 13 for Highline on the free kick, Marcus Machado.
Machado serves this one toward the back post.
Nice
Gutierrez
ball.
goes up, read that all the way.
Yep, the goalkeeper did a good job, really caught it at the apex of his jump. And he needed to because Highline had numbers over there. And now here comes Whatcom back the other way.
The Orcas once more. That one
that
gets
is
beyond the keeper.
Oh, I thought that was headed into the net. Big save in the end for Highline.
Alex Weaver manages to get a hand to it.
Weaver got in a tough spot. He really wasn't set, and he was way off his line. Deflected the ball. I don't think he knew a lot about it, but he got enough on it to steer it wide. And now the Orcas get a corner.
It's a low outswinger that
great
doesn't.
Ball right through the 6-yard box. Once again, you'd really hope your goalkeeper could snare that and prevent it from getting all the way through. that tight to the goal, it's really hard to defend there.
For Whatcom on the corner kick, number 21, Corey Williams.
Highline keeper Alex Weaver, a 6'3" freshman from Mount Rainier. Came up with a nice shot stop there. But Whatcom has been able to put really high quality crosses in that are difficult for him to handle.
Here's Machado, early ball, blocked that time by Miller. Retained by Evinger. Floated back toward Machado. It's tied up by Lieberman and has won a corner.
Highline's first corner?
First of the match.
Really fire wagon soccer up and down the field here.
Corner kick for Highline, number 10, Jason Rodriguez.
Highline lines up 5 guys at the back post.
Rodriguez powers this one far.
Free header.
Found its way down into traffic. Now it's hit up toward Dowdy.
Highline won the free header, but not sure who that was. But he got kind of over top of the ball too much. Kind of knocked it straight down, and I think it came up and hit him again.
Ball into space. Kim gives chase. And he loses the foot race to Trey Flowers. Miller.
Rodriguez can't stop Whatcom from winning that ball. Oh.
Nearly brought down by Rubio there.
Yeah, cheeky little flick from Rubio. Brought it down from his chest to his feet. Used the outside of his foot trying to lay that ball off. Slick little move. If it had gone off, it would have been a real highlight film goal.
Goes back to Williams on the near side. He misses, going to French.
Early on, the Arca's back line's been really effective. Bottling up Jason Rodriguez in the Highline attack here.
Number 6, Lucas Lieberman on the free kick.
Short restart to Miller. They switch over to Zenteno on the far side. One away by Highline. Velasco tried to come inside, did a little bit too early. Now Runsvold.
Didn't quite keep that one in. Certainly emphatic about hitting it.
Rasmussen, first one to that throw in. Trey Flowers is upended. Kim looking for the ball. This is out to the retreating Runsvold. Murphy's under pressure. He has to just hit it away. Square now to Davidson. Reaching shackle there from Quijada.
Highline with a little flick on there. They really haven't been able to penetrate. They've been able to move around Whatcom, but they've been able to penetrate their defense.
Falls for Rodriguez. Tucks it past one defender. Centeno coming inside. Hits it over to Rubio.
Still, Whatcom had 4 guys there. Highline, when they get into the attack, if they can't penetrate quickly, they're going to be numbers down.
Rubio
they turn it over.
Picks away the 1-2. Davidson putting in a shoulder. Recovered back to Flowers.
Highline trying to play very fast. And they're effective at it. They're going to make some mistakes playing at that tempo. A little bit of a misunderstanding. Highline, I think, was trying to play the ball for a throw and kind of mishit it, ended up hitting it hard and low past the guy.
A quick free kick given against Gasso Ducar. 15th minute, Whatcom leads 1-0.
Yeah, you can bet the referee's going to be pretty exact about where that goes. Whatcom 5 players wide on the left side looking at the far post.
Looks like Rasmussen to hit this. Might be Williams. Driven ball up. Miller was going for it. He got upended. Now Velasquez going to try to dribble clear. He'll hit that one over the top. Rodriguez gives chase. Centeno has the line back to it. Hits the back pass to Gutierrez. Only as far as Runsvold. Quickly wide for Ducar.
Highline creates the turnover, but then they give it right back.
Kim pulls up short from chasing another long ball. And it's out for a throw-in right around the corner flag.
I think they're going to give him a few yards there, but it turned into a long kind of coffin corner punt almost. And for Whatcom, to be fair, they've created problems for Highline by playing long balls forward and then, letting Whatcom try to deal with them under a lot of pressure. Or letting Highline kind of try to deal with them under pressure.
Ball out for another throw-in. Centeno set to toss it in. Picks out Williams. Williams lifts it across the front of goal. Dowdy can't put it on frame.
And a corner. Officials ruling somebody from Highline shepherded that ball out of bounds. Another ball sort of in tight and in the air. Hard for Weaver to handle for Highline.
Williams chops in a good looking ball just over the head of Miller. Dowdy there at the back post. He's tied up by Davidson.
But Davidson beat 2 and then loses it.
Rasmussen down for Dowdy. Curling that ball in toward Kim. Headed back out by Murphy.
It was a good looking ball, just couldn't quite beat the first defender. But Whatcom gets some possession and stay in control of things here. Referee's doing a lot of talking to the players right now and kind of getting some quizzical reactions.
Dowdy and Davidson underneath that ball. Lieberman ventured forward as well. Centeno heads it back toward Lee.
Lee back to Centeno. Dangerous pass there. Highline was looking to jump that. They didn't quite get it, but it wasn't for lack of trying.
This is Williams. Lieberman. Lieberman, a low ball in. Murphy sends it back out of play. Centralia College is your college for associate degrees, bachelor degrees, and job training. Apply now to get a jump on classes and financial aid. Application's easy and free. Visit www.centralia.edu for details. Centralia College, go boldly. Physical play atop the 18. Ball knocked into touch past midfield on the far sideline.
Right now, Whatcom's doing a good job of just getting numbers around the ball and making Highline really work for it. When Highline plays a little bit physically, they get called for it. So,
one way forward from Lee. Lieberman, Velasco. They go shoulder to shoulder. Now it's Quijada. Hard hit ball up the side for Davidson. Davidson looking for the cross. Into the
got
middle.
An open guy. Oh.
Velasco was thinking about the volley, and it's blasted away by Centeno.
Centeno, that was a tough challenge. He had his studs up there and went right through the ball. But if he'd been an inch off one way or the other, that's a penalty.
Trey Flowers pressured by Dowdy.
Turns it over. Highline, really an inch perfect diagonal ball right into a seam. Got to the corner, great ball across. They had an unmarked runner. Whatcom's defender was able to win that ball in the air.
And that one runs out before King can reach it at the byline. Don't forget to check out the official tournament merchandise for t-shirts, sweatshirts, Under Armour gear, and more. Everything's fully customizable. Get your tournament gear today. Supplies are limited. Visit nwacstore.com/NWAC. 22nd minute here. Like you said a minute ago, Whatcom just doing a very good job of frustrating Highline's efforts to string anything together.
They're doing a good job pressuring high. Highline, this is what's open for them. If they can hit that diagonal, this is the second time they'll be able to get to the end line. Ball comes back across. Well-organized defense, but that's going to concede a throw, a deep throw in. Not a corner, though.
Second time in about 2 minutes. There's been a big switch open available. That time was in the air to Velasco.
Well, if there's that much pressure on the ball, that's the thing that's open is the big switch. And what you're betting on, if you're Whatcom, is that they might know it's open, but that doesn't mean they can get the ball there if they're under pressure.
Rodriguez earns a cross.
Does a great job creating space for himself. Once again, it's a pretty good ball, and Highline really struggling to get on the end of it. Whatcom wins it. But they're not out of the woods yet.
Velasco with Rodriguez. The return. Centeno.
Sounds like a movie.
I certainly hope Highline will be hoping for a return. Dangerous ball in.
It's going to be offsides, I think. Yep. Rodriguez left a little bit early. But that was always going to be a very, very difficult ball. played right on the line of the keeper. You're asking Rodriguez to judge that ball as it's going over his shoulder, bring it down, and then finish it with the goalkeeper rushing out at him as he's waiting for the ball to come in over the top like that.
It would have been Ronaldo-esque from the recent Juve Man U match.
Yeah, and even that, I mean, that was a great ball, but that was an easier play than what Rodriguez, that was in more space than what Rodriguez was trying to do. The last time I saw somebody really do that, it was Bergkamp in the World Cup in '94 for Holland. Had a ball over the top like that, brought it down, took one touch, beat a defender who had been recovering with him, and then finished it against Brazil. Part of a really epic Dutch comeback. They were down 3-0, came back, tied the game 3-3, and lost anyway. Or actually, well, that's not true. They tied the game, but then got knocked out of the tournament a little bit later.
And now Highline pretty reliant on those big balls into space.
Yeah, they've been having some success running onto some of those through balls, but Whatcom loosened up just a little bit. Rodriguez was a little frustrated having to run like that. Now he's a little bit gassed. Curious to see what Highline decides to do. He's going to recover for a second, but if he continues to recover at that pace, you're going to have to slow the game down. I think they were playing with a non-regulation ball.
No, they were very careful to make sure that it was the regulation ball that was returned to the players. As once again another ball had kind of leaked out of the stands here at Starfire Stadium. Machado going to try to chase this down on the far sideline. Centeno blasts that off him. It stays in play.
Well done, but Whatcom cleans it up. They can't keep possession though, and here comes Highline. They're starting to string together a little bit more possession, and you're getting Whatcom a little more frustrated grabbing at people.
Gasso Ducar inside the area, cuts back the cross, collected, shot toward goal, and wide of the post.
Oh,
that was Evinger.
Evinger did a great job getting his composure. Like got the ball, was composed, got balanced, and missed the frame there. Did avoid the shot. Certainly Whatcom was looking to block that. He got it through. What a great run by Ducar. Just slicing through that left side. That's where as the game goes on, now that we're in the beyond the midpoint of the first half, game goes on, you'd think that Whatcom's pressure is going to allow some of that. Now Rodriguez getting a chance to turn on the ball.
Off the back of Velasco.
Velasco made a great run, and Whatcom defender was worried enough to grab him. I think if that ball had been a little better, I think the referee would have been kind of looking at that.
Williams, far side for Rasmussen. Trey Flowers tied up with his man. It's out for a corner. Kim winning yet another one for the Whatcom Orcas.
Kim's done a good job on Trey Flowers over there. Flowers feeling the pressure. He's had a couple passes that I think he would like to have back. And defensively, he's gotten stuck in and he's working at it, but that's another corner. Is that their fourth?
I have it as their third.
Third, okay. I'm going on memory, so I trust your record keeping.
On the corner kick for Whatcom.
We have an assistant for that.
Williams. Float a ball in. Evinger with the initial header.
After the good win, here's Rodriguez. Highline, or not Rodriguez.
Now it's Rodriguez
on the ball. He saw that runner on the right side, number 4 for Highline. Can't see a name here.
This one runs through for Evinger. Evinger on his right foot toward goal and parried by Gutierrez.
Big opportunity there. Just before that, Tucker Davidson made a great run down the right side. Rodriguez tried to feed him, but Whatcom alertly blocked that ball. They got it back, got it in anyway. Now Highline another corner.
Booted in by Rodriguez. Header at the back post. And back across the face of goal, out for a goal kick.
Jason Rodriguez on for the corner kick for Highline.
Not sure what Highline's complaining about there. There was something.
Clark College in Vancouver, Washington is enrolling for winter quarter. Whether you want to advance your career, complete a degree, or earn
I'll follow the NWAC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest NWAC news. Also visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more. 29th minute. Whatcom leading 1-0. Highline, though, in recent minutes have kind of reversed the flow of pressure in this match, starting to ask some questions of the Orcas' defense.
Yeah, they're definitely getting a little bit stronger. And even there, it was a long serve. Highline won it. It went out of bounds, but it was Highline that got to that ball, won it in the air, was looking to play out. Now they're looking to mark a throw.
Thrown into French. The ball's gone back out. Rodriguez has his pocket picked by Dowdy. Now Williams going for goal. That one rattled in. That's a goal.
Oh my gosh.
Assistant referee is signaling that's a goal. My word, that one was powered in, went bar down, and from our perspective, very clearly crossed the goal line.
Yeah, Weaver's complaining. I don't know about what. I think the argument is that I think the Highline players think that Whatcom scored on the rebound, and the guy who was in there all alone, once the ball came off the crossbar, was offsides, but the ball was already in the back of the net. So that's a good goal. The assistant referee made what to me was a strange signal where he lifted his flag. So I think he was calling that. I don't think the assistant knew whether the ball went in or not. Called the guy offsides on the rebound, and then the referees quickly conferred, and the initial shot went in the goal, so there was no offsides.
29, Keegan Rubio for the goal for Whatcom.
So out of really nothing. I mean, they had a one-goal lead. Highline was really starting to get a foothold in the game, and out of nothing, Whatcom goes up 2-0. Quick turnover. I mean, Rodriguez was trying to make something happen. Once again, Whatcom pressing, got three players around. Just got numbers around the ball, picked his pocket, a little quick pass, and bang. Not a whole lot Weaver could do there. He wasn't really set or expecting a shot. By the time he reacted, it was coming out of the back of the net.
Heck of a finish from distance.
Oh, yeah, he definitely got all of that one.
Weaver hit in the air.
That's an easy call, yeah. You can't jump into a keeper like that. One of the things is they're starting to get every whistle there's a little talking. There's still an hour to go in this game. It's a long time to let that boil. Highline, they would really like, I'm sure, a quick response to that second goal. Get one back, make a game of it, because now you're really in kind of that next goal wins mode. Like if you're Highline, if you don't get a goal here, or if you don't get the next goal, this thing's in real danger of getting away from you, or it already has.
Ball lifted in toward Flowers.
Dangerous ball. Flowers couldn't quite get on the end of it. Highline's pressuring again. Whatcom turns it over. Once again, working really hard. They win it back. Highline takes a second to reorganize on the throw here. And it's to no avail as Whatcom wins the throw, and now here they come on the counter.
Quickly up to French. Williams trying to hold it through a rebound. Weaver, the booming kick past midfield. Lee, the first header. Gasso Ducar. Chops down his man on the far side.
There was some contact right in front of the bench there. I'm not so sure The Whatcom player is a little bit making a meal of that one, but that seems to be the consensus. That referee's calling him over.
And appears to have the card out of his pocket.
I was just looking to make sure it was a yellow one, because if the referee really thought that was a stomp, you know, he was trying to step on him, that's a red. So this is yellow. Everybody lives to fight another day. Obviously, Jukar's gonna have to watch it, but he's not really the kind of player who accumulates a lot of yellow cards, I don't think. So hopefully not a huge deal as we move towards the last 10 minutes of the first half here. Whatcom establishing a little bit of control here and getting ready to launch a free kick into the offensive half.
It's Lee who restarts play. Flowers heads it out of the area. Kim settles this ball. Kim for Rubio. He can score from distance. Rubio sends that one in. Flowers pops it up.
Did not get all of that one, but he gets a corner out of it. Flowers, he's around the ball, working hard, but you really hope you could clear that ball in a different direction. It's tough. I mean, Rubio, you know, he didn't quite get all of that one, but he got quite a bit of the one before that. And here comes yet another cross, and Weaver has really struggled to really dominate the box there that he's in. So that one's a little deeper. That's a gift for Highline. Here comes the counter.
Surging ahead, laying outside for Rodriguez. Sliding tackle there.
Sliding tackle, you go from one end to the other. Corner kick, corner kick. One of the things about corners in the men's game, the women's game, the odds are still with the attacking team on corners overall. The analytics on corners in the men's game are a lot of times the team that's defending the corner is the team with a better chance to score. You know, you're clearing things out for a really dangerous counter.
Machado, low-driven corner, headed back out by Lieberman.
Yeah, didn't get it past the first defender.
Sort of the cardinal sin of corner kicks.
Yeah, you really want to eliminate that guy. And there's Kim working forward.
Murphy.
Yeah, Whatcom just establishes possession, swings the ball out. This is a little bit dangerous. Whatcom, that center back did a really nice job on kind of a hospital pass. Bouncing high on the turf, you know, and he handled it really nicely. First time, set up his teammate for some success. Well done. Now Rodriguez 1-on-5 there, still on the ball. Now he's only got 3 guys to beat. That made it easier.
Finds Velasco. The 1-2 of Machado. Machado put a lot behind that ball, and Velasco can't chase it down. Clark College in Vancouver, Washington is enrolling for winter quarter. Whether you want to advance your career, complete a degree, or earn your high school diploma, Clark College can help you reach your goals. Visit clark.edu to learn more.
Easy to remember down there in Vancouver. Plus, they're the Penguins. It's a good mascot.
Right. Whose women's team will be playing in the NWAC final on Sunday.
That's right. First-time finalists. It's been a long time building that program for Coach Jansen and now Coach Castagnola. Several trips to the Final Four, and now they break through and make it into the last day. I don't know how tomorrow or how Sunday will turn out for them, but I really hope if they keep coming, they don't have the amount of effort and time it took Walla Walla. Walla Walla made the finals, I think, 7 or 8 times before they finally won it.
I'm sure it made it all the sweeter when they finally got to lift the big trophy.
I'm sure it did, but the coach at the time was Chad Bodner, who's now at Eastern Washington doing a great job. And I know that was a long period of time. And he had some very good teams and a lot of success, but that was quite a streak.
As you mentioned about Bodner over at Eastern now, really having some success trying to build up that program. They wound up playing a match against Seattle University this year. Lost about 3-0, I think, but that was during that period of time where the air quality was so terrible. The match had been scheduled to be played over at Eastern.
Oh, and they had to.
He said the AQI was somewhere around 300, so they decided to move the match to Seattle, where it was only 182.
Oh, God. Yeah, the NWAC friendlies here last weekend in August, early on.
Ball spilled.
Oh, good little through ball.
Trying to link back up with Dowdy.
A nice turn by Highline. Long ball up the field, but Whatcom snuffs it out. Right back in possession again.
Dave, apologies. The action took us away from the story about the NWAC friendlies.
Yeah, the friendlies, there were, all the smoke. There were games that were canceled, shortened, various things, and now they're up.
Velasco.
Tough.
Finds Rodriguez. Evinger. Davidson wants the switch.
He's got him. He's got pressure from behind.
He felt the pressure and felt it too much.
Once again, the big switch. If Whatcom's doing that good of a job getting around the ball, there's an opening if you can just get loose to hit it. But once again, just a lot of hard work. And it looks like a really big opening as that ball's coming. And of course, while that ball's en route, you've got time to organize around where it's going to land. And right now, Highline does not have an answer for Whatcom's pressure.
Free kick drawn. Rasmussen committed the foul against Velasco. Quijada, short restart.
Rodriguez popping up on the right side now. He looks like he's struggling a little bit, honestly. He's certainly run about easily 5 or 6 miles this half.
The other thing worth noting,
get to the final 5 minutes here.
41st minute, we've yet to see a substitution for either one of these sides.
Yeah, you don't notice that after the games that we've seen where the substitutions were pretty regular. You don't think about it when it's not happening, but yeah, these guys are, both teams kind of going iron 11 this half. And Whatcom's doing it, working really hard, pressuring. They're consistently getting 2, 3, 4 players around the ball. And Highline is moving the ball, making that difficult.
Rubio trying to link back up to Kim.
Highline just has to hook that ball out. I think you're getting down to the last 5. Now you're under 4 minutes left in the half. And if you're Highline, you're kind of thinking, hey, maybe if we can just get out of here down 2, we can reorganize, make a couple of adjustments, try to sort it out in the second half.
Like you mentioned, the next goal will definitely play a major role in how this match plays out. Here comes Whatcom.
Yeah, I mean, it's an old cliche. There's no lead, more dangerous than 2-0, which I think is one of the 3 or 4 really dumb things people say in sports. There's a lot, what's a lot less safe than a 2-0 lead, a 1-0 lead. It's a lot less safe than that, a tie. Statistically, it's very difficult to overturn a 2-0 lead. We did it this year, and our sports information director went back and looked at my career and said, well, how many times have you coached a team that had a 2-0 lead and lost? And it happened to me. I've been doing this 30 years. It's happened twice. So it's not that easy. And for coming back, I very distinctly remember at least 3 or 4 games where we did, and those were moments that changed programs. So it's pretty tough to come back from 2-0 down. Highline was a full-throated challenge, but it wasn't. I don't think there was a ton of malice in it. I'm not sure if there's going to be a card here. No, okay. But yeah, I'm sure Rodriguez for Highline just would like to get off the field and get a rest for a minute. He looks like he's really struggling. Whatcom taking their time there. Final 2 minutes of regular time, yeah.
Lee sails that one in. Rubio flick toward goal. Weaver has it.
Highline looks like they have it marked, but inevitably there's a free header on the end of like every one of these balls that Whatcom plays in. And honestly, Whatcom's hitting, long balls in, but there's some time to organize underneath them. And Whatcom's just winning that battle. And if Highline can't solve that, there's no way back for them.
Apply now to get jump on classes and financial aid. Application is easy and free. Visit www.centralia.edu for details.
Referee's still doing a little counseling there on one of the Highline players.
Lieberman heads the ball over the touchline. Miller does the same.
Yeah, but right now they're, I'm sure, very content to go, hey, we're in the last minute of normal time of the half. If you guys want to keep throwing the ball in from midfield, we're happy to accommodate that.
Rodriguez pokes that ball down. Velasco.
Little hesitation. I think everybody was kind of waiting for a whistle there. None was forthcoming.
Flowers. Ducar.
Ducar with a not bad idea. There was a good matchup over there on the diagonal. Couldn't quite get it through.
Dowdy laid in on that ball. He's gotten a lot of Davidson, and now the two of them are having words. I don't think they're exchanging Christmas cards.
No, that one, Highline needs to be a little bit disciplined there. If you just get up and start taking the kick, I think you get a card on that guy. Once they started squaring up with each other, kind of allowed the referee to warn them, say, oh yeah, it's a little bit of both of you. Because that was the kind of foul that will start an altercation if you're not careful as a referee. Came in, hard, low, and not really that close to the ball.
Whistle goes as the ball's in the air. Looks like the referee isn't quite done handing out talkings to.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of discussion going on right now.
Davidson helps himself to an extra 5 yards and gets told to move the ball back.
Some more discussion, and we're now in stoppage time. Hopefully we're going to allow this ball to be played in.
Davidson drives toward the 18. Miller, the winning header. Zentejo. French. Back to Lee. And now it's Rubio.
Once again, Whatcom working hard, getting numbers around the ball.
Highline
does a nice job combining around, eliminates 4 guys. But as they carry it, he just dribbles right into another 1-on-3.
Rubio lays it off square to Kim. And Rasmussen trying the through ball. Back for
Great
Kim.
little combination there. And the best Highline can do is concede a corner. Deep in stoppage time here.
Time is now kept on the field by the referees for the first half.
The stadium announcer just announced about 3 minutes into stoppage time in the half that official time.
Corey Williams for the corner kick for Whatcom.
Official time is being kept on the field if anybody hadn't noticed that the clock had stopped about 3 minutes ago.
Williams chops this ball in.
Good ball, well won by Highline, but
Rubio
only as far as the top of the box.
Whistle goes for halftime on the backs of big goals from the Whatcom Orcas. They have a 2-0 lead here through 45 minutes against the Highline Thunderbirds. We'll take a break here on the NWAC Digital Network.
I chose Centralia College because I really felt like school, academic-wise and soccer-wise, it would be a good fit for me. And then I come here and I play, and it's like the competition is crazy, and I don't think the label of community college means anything to the skill that people have. My name is Gabby, and I play soccer at Centralia College, and I go boldly. I chose Centralia College because
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
And be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
Not backtrack.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
I chose Centralia College because I really felt like school, academic-wise and soccer-wise, it would be a good fit for me. And then I come here and I play, and it's like the competition is crazy, and I don't think the label of community college means anything to the skill that people have. My name is Gabby, and I play soccer at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
Training is definitely making myself better, but I know that it's going to end up making my teammates better.
You have to know your teammate and know what they need.
The cohesion on the field and off the field is what makes everyone strong.
Being on a team, you know it's not just you out there.
I would do anything for the player next to me, behind me, in front of me.
Practicing day in and day out, trying to be the best me so they can be the best them. It's like a sisterhood that you have with those girls.
It's just really empowering. They're all doing crazy things. And you want to be like them and you want to push yourself like them.
Motivates me to work harder, to get faster, quicker.
Pushing each other so hard, all for the same goal. And then when you accomplish it, that's the best feeling in the world.
Once you tap into that, I think you're unstoppable.
I chose Centralia College because I really felt like school, academic-wise and soccer-wise, it would be a good fit for me. And then I come here and I play, and it's like the competition is crazy, and I don't think the label of community college means anything to the skill that people have. My name is Gabby, and I play soccer at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
I am strong.
I won't give up. I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
And be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
Not backtrack.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
I chose Centralia College because I really felt like school, academic-wise and soccer-wise, it would be a good fit for me. And then I come here and I play, and it's like the competition is crazy, and I don't think the label of community college means anything to the skill that people have. My name is Gabby, and I play soccer at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
Training is definitely making myself better, but I know that it's going to end up making my teammates better.
You have to know your teammate and know what they need.
The cohesion on the field and off the field is what makes everyone strong.
Being on a team, you know it's not just you out there.
I would do anything for the player next to me, behind me, in front of me.
Practicing day in and day out, trying to be the best me so they can be the best them. It's like a sisterhood that you have with those girls.
It's just really empowering. They're all doing crazy things. And you want to be like them, and you want to push yourself like them.
Motivates me to work harder, to get faster, quicker.
Pushing each other so hard, all for the same goal. And then when you accomplish it, that's the best feeling in the world.
Once you tap into that, I think you're unstoppable.
We're back at Starfire Stadium, getting ready for the start of the second half between Highline and Whatcom. Whatcom up 2-0 after the first 45 minutes, and Dave, they've really kind of taken this game to Highline.
Yeah, Whatcom, I mean, they've only gotten stronger as the games went on, Nothing like an early goal, 4 minutes in, get ahead, and not a nightmare start for Highline, and it just got worse on that second goal where Highline took a little time to recover, really started to lean on Whatcom a little bit, and then out of nothing, 25, 30-yard absolute bullet into the upper corner of the goal. By the time anybody realized it was in the net, it already bounced out. And they doubled their lead. Highline really under pressure to come out here. It's kind of, it really is. I mean, what you're telling the team at halftime is next goal wins. We're not out of it yet. You get one, you'll get a second. And I think if you're Highline, you got to believe you got a shot at that. On the other hand, after that second goal, I thought Whatcom really looked like they calmed down. They're getting numbers around the ball defensively. They're maintaining a really high defensive tempo, and Highline has yet to come up with a definitive answer to that. And increasingly for Tacoma, the Tacoma men's team left at halftime there. And you'd think they're leaving figuring that Whatcom's going to join them on Sunday.
Absolutely. And, the other upshot for Tacoma coming out of the Western Conference is if Highline's able to pull off the comeback, then they already have some experience playing against them this season.
You think putting together the scouting report on Highline would not be a long-term project for the Tacoma coaching staff. About 2 minutes in, they'd say, well, this is what we've done the 3 times we've already played them. Honestly, that's like the what used to be the major indoor soccer league or whatever they're calling it these days. The teams play each other 6-8 times in a year.
I believe it's the MASL now.
MASL. What is it, Major Arena Soccer League?
I think so, yeah.
There's still a Baltimore team in there, right?
To my knowledge, I mostly admit that my knowledge is limited to the Tacoma Stars. One of my co-broadcasters, James Riley for Sounders 2, just got signed to a contract with them. Gotta love James. Just, someone goes, they want me to play another season of professional soccer. I can do that for you.
There you go. Yeah, John Perdaman about 4 rows in front of us, former Tacoma Star. Now the men's soccer coach at Evergreen, an Evergreen graduate. Kind of fun guy to work for. Even though he can't hear the broadcast, and this isn't.
He'll be listening to it back on tape later. It looks like it's Rubio and maybe Rasmussen over the ball.
Yeah, early free kick. And a rather slow procession to moving Highline back here. Highline, you'd think, would be pretty cooperative. They need to get this thing kick taken, get the ball, and get going again.
I think it's actually Koki Fujita, who I believe is checked in here at the start of the second half. He's the one set to send this one downfield.
There's your first substitute of the day.
Fujita got all of that.
Yep, only 10 or 15 yards above the goal there. Highline can come out now. And you can see Whatcom flow. 2 or 3 players immediately go to pressure the ball. Highline would really benefit. Highline's good when they put the ball down on the floor and play, and they're getting caught in a game where they're basically trying to serve balls through the Whatcom defense, heading balls long. I mean, that's not what they're best at. And so as long as Whatcom can make them play that kind of a game, it's going to be tough for Highline to come back.
Gutierrez drops that on the deck. Gets it out toward Rubio. A reminder that Gasso Ducar, the only player in referee Sohui Ohm's book after the first 45 minutes. Came quickly committing a foul.
And Whatcom really getting on the end of a lot of these long balls from Highline. Been pretty effective. Now Highline gets the ball on the ground.
Velasco, short from Machado. Davidson
with a really nifty turn there. He brought the ball down, spun around the attacking player there, and turned it upfield, would have been a lot easier just to play the way he was facing, I think.
Evinger pass was behind his man. So he was hoping to find Velasco on the far side.
They just weren't on the same page. Velasco thought he had won it and took off, and if he had just stayed, they knew what was going on. They just read it differently. Another ball down the line for Highline.
This is French. Fujita. Rubio.
There's a quick goal kick out the other side, and
the AR has his flag up.
I think the AR's maintaining that the ball was rolling for the goal kick. I have to say, I feel like the AR just hung the center referee out to dry there.
Yeah, that's
whatever the problem was. It didn't really merit stopping the game and bringing the whole thing back.
Yeah, that's one where if the ref doesn't notice it within the first 2 passes, you kind of gotta. He's already kind of made the signal. I mean, unless someone has said something to him as the AR.
Even then. Now they're going to talk a little more, hug it out. And what are we doing? Up, another goal kick.
Well, that is certainly one way that the laws of the game can be interpreted. It might be a very literal version of it, but I don't know if that's necessarily in the best service of a match that's 2-0 and a team trying to claw their way back into it.
I'm sure Highline doesn't really appreciate it. It was an alert play by the goalkeeper. He saw that 25 for Highline. He had a guy wide open over there. He rushed it. Ball must have still been rolling, but yeah, you'd kind of hope that the assistant on that side would put the flag down after the first however many passes. On the other hand, the center referee would have to look at him and tell him to put the flag down, which he can do. It's one of those where the officiating crew today is not wearing the earbuds and the walkie-talkies, and I think that's one where the walkie-talkie and the earbuds would have solved that problem. Either they would have gotten the game stopped right away, which is fine, or the center ref would have said, really, you're complaining that the ball was still rolling when he played a short pass?
Well, just, if you're going to be a stickler about that, then why are foul throws not being called, and how many of those have we seen take place today?
Well, to be fair, I think this official will call a foul throw. I think he's a little bit more fastidious than some. On the other hand, I just think some of it's you got to look at the flow of the game, and that wasn't the reason you're not allowed to hit a ball that's rolling is you want to make sure people know the play is coming, and you don't want to have people using the momentum of the ball to, play a long ball over the top or something. Clearly, neither of those situations apply in that instance. You might as well just play, especially if you didn't catch it right away. But as a center referee, I mean, you're part of a team too, and you look over at that AR, and he's insistent. So you've kind of got to at least do a little investigating and find out why. So why haven't you moved and put your flag down? Like what am I ignoring here? I mean, I'd certainly want to know if I was the center what I was ignoring. And clearly he didn't know, so he has to blow the whistle. And once you blow the whistle, the easiest thing to do is put it back. So you'd hope, and I think that the earbuds and the voice communication, the wireless communication between officials is becoming so inexpensive that it's almost ubiquitous now. And tough break for Highline there. But that would have solved that. That's the kind of thing that really solves that problem, because they can talk while they're running and say, you know what, I don't need to stop the game for this. Whatcom offsides there. Well, keeper's going to have to make sure that ball really stops now. He's shown he can serve the ball.
French, Rubio along for Kim. French has it off Machado. Machado. Murphy has.
Good ball, well cut out by Highline there. First defender made a nice play on a dangerous low cross.
Rodriguez going in against Rasmussen.
Rodriguez, great run. Whatcom, he made a great run, beat a couple of guys. Honestly, just headed for the sideline, and the best he could do is create a throw-in. Dangerous ball bouncing in the area. And the AR on the far side calling a foul on Highline. Or signaling for a foul that gets called by the center referee there, I suppose. We're nearing 10 minutes into the second half. Highline no closer to a breakthrough. Referee dropped a card. Now he's lifting it up.
Well, Evinger might feel a little bit guilty about handing it back to the referee just to get Rodriguez booked. But he is cautioned here in the 55th.
Well, even if you get a card, if you're Highline right now, you just got to get the game going. You know, you're 10 minutes in. Now you got 35 minutes, and you've got to start to generate some offense. And right now, Whatcom, they are really pinning Highline back, looking relatively untroubled by Highline's efforts to launch balls into the box, and they've been able to keep Highline from playing the kind of game that Highline wants to play, where they put the ball on the floor and move it. So as long as the game stays this style, I think it's Highline's going to need a break to come out. And here's Ducar looking for one.
Zenteno has it go out of play. Didn't seem to be too much in that contact, but it draws a free kick.
No, I thought actually it was just a guy slipping on the turf, but it's been and once again, if you're Highline, the last thing you want is a stop-start. If there's a half with 20 fouls, that's once again really helping Whatcom hold the lead, right? I mean, you don't get it. There's no flow. There's a lot of breaks. They can get organized, and I'm afraid that that's what they've been able when Highline does go forward. Whatcom's able to just play the ball into touch and fine, take a throw in. We'll get back and defend. And Highline has not yet come up with a really sufficient answer for that. There's Whatcom doing a great job moving the ball left to right, serving it in.
Weaver came for it, didn't get it.
Got a hand on him. He did a good job. I thought he did a good job actually coming out and punching that. And it was a robust challenge because there was a Whatcom player there who hit him, and if he tried to catch it, he would have been in trouble. Whatcom went for the long throw. A Highline player cut it out, and then the bits and pieces came to another Whatcom player, tried to play the ball in behind. The guy you can be offsides on a throw, but once the ball hit the ground, he had to let that go out for a goal kick. Now Highline gets some numbers around the ball.
They poke it forward for Velasco. Scooting inside toward Rodriguez. Zenteno coming back in, shuffles it out for a throw-in.
That's really the first time this half it was Highline that had 3 players around the ball, outnumbered Whatcom. They immediately combined, got in behind. Maybe Velasquez makes an extra pass there. Maybe he could have taken a shot, but they live to fight another day. They've got to throw in deep in this end.
Ducar, Quijada, runs Vold. Now his juke was too good. Even he lost his footing, but he was fouled in the process.
He baited the Whatcom defender and to give him a little whack there. And I was curious to see whether the referee would catch on to that, and he did. Now an interesting set play opportunity. You know, this is where, honestly, what you'd really like is for number 4 on the far side for Highline is just run down the side, knock it to him, just eliminate those 4 players who are trying to stall the game, play it in from there. But it's also, I mean, this is a pretty good opportunity to hit a ball if you've got someone who you feel pretty comfortable with.
on the free kick, Marcus Machado.
Only about 30 yards out. And he got the up over the wall part, but he didn't quite have the down into the net part. So this will be a languid opportunity to set up a goal kick for Whatcom. And we have reached the hour, or nearly reached the hour mark of the game. Highline still trying to solve the same problem.
Gutierrez sends downfield. French losing out. Velasco, Davidson. And just kind of a portion where really a lot of the life has sort of been drained out of this match. There hasn't been much connectivity for either one of these sides the last several minutes.
No, and if you're Whatcom, you're perfectly happy with this. You know, the more throw-ins, goal kicks, set plays, stoppages, they're great. Balls in the where, you know, people are heading the ball back at each other. All that's good for you when you're winning 2-0, right? So yet another quick foul, and then Whatcom gets 3 guys to stop the game. Okay, now we're going to have to set up because we're going to go long because we can't get the ball going. I mean, it's you know, really playing into their hands a little bit, the pace of the game right now, and they've kind of killed off the tempo. This is the first game that really hasn't been played at a just breakneck tempo today, and you know, the first half had terrific tempo too, and I think it's really just, you know, partially, I think we've had a couple of rather fastidious referee decisions, and then the other part is that I think for Whatcom it works. You know, if they can sort of keep the ball by the sideline. There's Highline did a really nice job trying to combine, but cleared out. And once again, Whatcom working really hard just to get pressure on the ball. And Highline never really looks settled, and they turn it over.
Flowers cut out of position. Has some help coming back in the form of Davidson there.
Yeah, and once again, you've got basically 3 striped shirts around the green with the ball. Now, Highline gets on the ball, gets the ball at their feet. They're able to settle it a little bit, and it's really dangerous. Ball's in.
Evinger. Gutierrez snaps his hands up and catches that on the goal line.
Yeah, Gutierrez made a great run. That was a terrific ball from the right side. That was really the first time this half a Highline player's been able to get the ball, get settled, get their head up, and make a decision, not under, you know, intense pressure, and right away, really dangerous. I mean, that finish could have gone anywhere. Keeper made a nice save. You know, if you're going to draw it up and be really titchy about it as a coach, you kind of want him to head the ball back where it came from, towards the right-hand corner, instead of trying to go over the keeper. But I mean, that was a terrific header and a terrific run, and well saved.
Gio Lobo checks in for Williams.
Yeah, another
El Camino Real.
So 2 substitutions for Whatcom and none for Highline. Is that right?
To my knowledge, I think Highline is still rocking that same 11 that were out there to start this match.
Yeah, and I think that emphasizes how much you need if you're Highline to get the ball on the floor and let it do the work, because there's no way you're going to outrun these guys over the last half hour. If it's just all about bouncing balls, I don't think. But, you know, if it's going to be, and I say that, they play a really dangerous ball, and they've got Rodriguez in between defenders, and he is yanked down. And the referee was way too far behind the play to see it and got no help from his assistant right in the middle of the park. One of the Whatcom defenders literally just reached up. And, you know, in the NFL, that would have been a pretty good tackle. And in college soccer, usually that's a foul. Not every time, but clearly, not every time, but usually. I don't know if he was going to be able to make something out of that 1-on-2 anyway, but frankly, even the NFL, I think it was holding.
Might have been a horse collar.
Yeah, maybe. More of a clip.
Tripping.
But, yeah, tripping you can't do in anything.
Judo, I think you can trip.
Oh, okay. Actually, after DC United games, during DC United games, when a fan runs on the field, the DC police are allowed to trip.
Fair enough.
And evidently Rodriguez said something.
And not happy about the non-call.
And now the clock runs, and he gets a talking to.
And he's also on a yellow card, so he doesn't have to.
None of that is helpful. And it's tough. It's tough. You get into a game, and you feel like you got fouled, and the referee really made a mistake, and you really want to get the last word, especially if you have a referee who, kind of, I think he's trying to calm things down, but you're opening yourself up in those situations for somebody to say something back and try to be funny or, take out their frustrations a little bit, and that can be problematic. Once again, Whatcom, it's just 3v3. Now 4-on-4, just not a lot of room for Highline to do a lot.
Rodriguez whistled for a high kick against Miller.
He knew it too. Right when he did, he pulled back, put his arms up. He couldn't have looked more guilty. Probably needs to work on that.
Find success at Pierce College. Selected as one of the top 10 best community colleges in the nation, Pierce College offers more than 60 programs of study. Get started today at one of the nation's premier community colleges. Apply online at www.pierce.ctc.edu. Pierce College. Possibilities realized.
Sorry about that. I'm talking over the Pierce promo there.
Meanwhile, here's Kim. Kim upended there. Ducar going to protest his innocence, but frankly, from the way and the angle that challenge came in, it seems to be a deserved free kick.
Yeah, Highline, their team leaders are in the constant position of having to police their players to calm down, not argue with the official. You really just need a couple minutes to keep the ball moving, and they have not been able to get it in between, Whatcom putting them in tough positions and some of the decisions they're making. It's just there's no rhythm to the second half, and you're well into the last half hour here. Time kind of dripping away from the Thunderbirds.
Keegan Rubio, he goes for goal and
misses wide left.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Yeah, he didn't get it on the wrong side of the corner flag, so I've seen worse.
Now we'll see the first two substitutions of the match for Highline. Quijada will head off, as will Machado.
And Axel Mejia coming in for Highline.
Honestly, this is a great opportunity to use a substitution. Take a guy off for 2 minutes and just let him calm down for a minute, Get a drink. Hey, look, we're gonna make a push. Get a drink and tell me when you're ready kind of thing. And I think that could really energize them.
I believe it's Axel Mejia. And if I heard it correctly, Wobi Tarujo, who came on for the Thunderbirds.
I believe you.
I appreciate the vote of confidence. 68th minute. Whatcom leading 2-0.
That ball was cut out a little bit soft, and Highline's going to concede a throw-in. At least they got it out of the box. Yeah, Dylan Murphy. I'm assuming that Riley Johnson, who we haven't seen and who was really the catalyst for a lot of what Highline does, is out injured right now.
Yeah.
15 goals, 10 assists, and he hasn't stepped on the field. Honestly, that's a big piece not to have for the playoffs. You always talk about how if you want to win a championship, you got to have depth. You're going to lose a key person in a champion. There's nobody has a championship season, or very rarely, where everybody stays healthy. So you're going to have to survive that period without that person. But a lot of times it's pretty tough to say, okay, well, here's the guy who makes us go, and I'll play without that guy. Good ball in.
Lobo brings that down. What a combination of touches from him.
That was really brilliant. And then they played it in touch. But once again, like, you got this ball coming over, you're going to get shepherded out for a goal kick. And once again, game stops. Now we're beyond the halfway point of the second half, and Highline still really hasn't generated. They had the one really brilliant combination, long, that cross, and a really brilliant open header at the far post, but they haven't been able to follow it up with any sort of sustained pressure.
Rodriguez pushes that ball wide.
Just as I say that, they get the ball in wide, and now Whatcom's playing under pressure in the corner, and then a really foolish challenge lets Whatcom totally out of the pressure. Highline, it was an enthusiastic play to try to step up and win that, and the Whatcom player alertly held his ground, let himself get run over. And it's another stoppage, another free kick. Once again,
Velasco diving header clearance from Kim.
Once they Highline got that ball on the ground for a second, combined, immediately got themselves into space, and then the first opportunity they had, the boat played long.
Rubio.
Dangerous.
Man bowled over in the box. Referee waves it off, and across to the far corner. Fujita.
I thought that was a really good no call. I thought he went down looking. He felt the barest of pressure between his shoulders, dove to the ground, and good no call there.
Mejia, Rodriguez.
Nice spin. They've got options. Oh, that was a good look. It was a nice run by the striker across the face there in between the center backs. Didn't quite connect, but still.
Lieberman muscled off the ball. Worked inside for Duran.
Once again, Highline, when they have the ball on the ground and they're combining,
Machado,
they're very difficult
Rodriguez.
to deal with. It was a good run. Goal kick. They'll get another shot at it.
Walla Walla Community College athletes follow traditions of excellence in soccer, volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, golf, and rodeo. WWCC Warriors are proud to compete in the NWAC.
I kind of want to know, does the NWAC have its own rodeo championship, or is that something where they join in with the NJCAA?
I'm willing to bet that rodeo is a niche enough sport that
because I know Laramie County in Wyoming has it. I think Western Nebraska, Garden City, Kansas has it. Seems like there'd be a lot of travel in the rodeo thing.
My guess is just like how in the NCAAs there are only Division I downhill skiing programs. I think it might be there's one overarching rodeo conference.
Yeah, I suspect it's actually there's like a National Rodeo Association that has its own kind of deal that isn't NCAA or NWAC or anything else. Up.
Another breakthrough here. That looks to be French. Drop back.
Drives into the box.
Rubio, French. Trying to set it up.
Good little flick on by Rodriguez, but couldn't quite connect, and Whatcom's right back on the attack.
Kiko Fujita combining with French. Pushed along for Zenteno. Fujita trying to chip that ball in. And it's hit right back to Gio Lobo. Highline throwing and quickly taken.
Highline's won the ball, I think, 3 times in this sequence.
Kim for Rubio. Rubio toward goal. Weaver right in front of a rocket.
Yeah, well defended. Weaver was able to, eliminate half the goal because of the way that was being defended. Step in, cut down the angle, make the save. But Highline won the ball like 3 times in that sequence, gave it right back every time.
Certainly, what you mentioned earlier, how the lack of substitutes from Highline seemed like it might contribute to fatigue as this match went on. We're in the 75th minute now, and it certainly looks like there are errors born of both mental and physical fatigue at this point in the match.
Well, and the other part of that, I hate to overstate it because, they did substitute a couple of guys, but it hasn't had the impact of raising the level, I don't think. I think they came in and they're kind of in the same mode. They're trying to play and give Whatcom credit. Whatcom's making them play faster than they're comfortable playing. And they haven't been able to consistently just relax on the ball, get a head up, and combine, which they're certainly capable of doing. And when they did it, they immediately created some problems for Whatcom, but it's tough to do when you're playing 1v2, 1v3 a lot of the time, and Whatcom's been able to work really hard. And Whatcom hasn't subbed. I mean, they're not playing with a whole lot of extra guys. I think the other thing is the pace of the game and the game situation kind of makes you look tired if you're Highline, and it makes you look extra energized if you're Whatcom. Because Whatcom's whole job right now is just to break things up. Every time they kick it out of bounds, it's sort of a little celebration for them. The ball went out, they killed the play. Okay, let's try to do that again. There's a slide. If it comes to a striker like this, hey, yay for us.
Fujita, he has Kim inside. Shot takes a redirect.
Good save by Weaver. Alertly didn't get completely fooled on that deflection. And I think it's very tough. When you talk about junior college soccer, you're talking about young guys. And I think it's really tough to have the maturity to say, look, we just entered the last quarter hour here, but we've got to be patient. Because still, even with 15 minutes left, we get 1 goal, we got a real good chance of getting 2. And then they'll tack 20 minutes on this game. And, maybe we can get 3 in regulation. I mean, but that's kind of how you have to think. And it's very difficult to kind of settle down.
Rodriguez
once again,
going quickly.
Rodriguez went for the very fast. That's out. It'll be a corner. I think they misplayed that into a corner. Yep. But Rodriguez, going for the quick hit there. He really didn't have a lot of targets up there. I understand why you want to play with some urgency, but on the other hand, you got to use the chances you have. And
play held up for a substitution.
They were trying to take a short corner, and
onto the corner kick for Highline.
Instead, referee uses the fact that the ball may have been moving ever so slightly to be an excuse to allow substitutions. And so now I think both teams will substitute.
Entering the game for
Quijada back on.
Number 28, Takumi Murayama. And entering for Highline, number 28, Nestor Quijada.
So Highline, one of the guys they took off, is now back on.
Hard hit corner, fan to the far side.
Won by Whatcom, but the second ball is won by Highline.
2 Whatcom players down inside the 18. Play continues.
Now they're coming out.
Going ahead for Fujita. Fujita squaring off against Quijada. No support for him. Pushing into the middle. Turned well by Quijada there.
Yeah, and I think you'll see there's Whatcom being really patient. I mean, why not just go to the corner flag here? You don't have a lot of support.
I believe that's Connor Seed.
Well
Kim linking up. Lobo, and it's wide of the goal. Well, Gio Lobo might have just had a chance to put this one to bed.
Yeah, that certainly would have killed the game off. Weaver was well beaten, but the ball goes wide, and now you've got another substitution. Lots of whistling. And once again, Whatcom just very content to lower the pace, lower the temperature. And Highline just hasn't been able to develop any kind of a rhythm. And then, honestly, Whatcom, when they get the ball, they've been able to counter and be really dangerous. They've created the better chances and more of them.
Takumi Murayama on now. Weaver restarts play, 79th minute.
And really, all these long balls play into that's Whatcom's. You know, that's the thing they can compete the most with Highline is winning those balls in the air.
Murphy slides to ground, comes over the ball.
Well done. Highline wins it.
Trey Flowers has been pushed up into the attacking band now. They need his size.
And he did a great job controlling that ball and laying it off. And here they come. There's an overlap.
Through ball, Rodriguez. He's got Gutierrez. Rodriguez, he's upended. Did Gutierrez get to the ball? Nothing from the assistant referee. Play continues.
Wow. Rodriguez has got to feel like he's had a tough day at the office. Washington State has running backs who don't get tackled that often. Now a corner kick. And that's just a tough play. It puts the referee and the AR in a tough situation. You know, the goalie comes out. He definitely got the ball eventually.
Did he get it first?
Right, did he go through the striker to get it? Well, we don't have instant replay, I don't think. I'd love to see it. But we don't have instant replay in the booth here, so frankly, we'll never know. Rodriguez was hoping. And now Whatcom, 3-on-2.
Finds Fujita.
Long ball wide. Highline did it. He was offside, but also Highline did a terrific job there. While that ball was in the air, they went from 3v3 to 4 guy. They completely reorganized their back line while that ball was in flight. Really a tremendous defensive play by Highline.
We'd like to thank the Red Lion, the official hotel of the Northwest Athletic Conference. With friendly service and unique local flair, Red Lion Hotels get guests closer to main attractions and good times with full-service hotels and a wide variety of amenities. Discover your escape across the Red Lion family.
Now we're in the final 10 minutes of regulation here.
This game far from over, but
Flowers wins the ball.
And Whatcom seems to have won a foul.
Yep, another foul, another stoppage. Move the ball around. It's when you're trying to come back, it's really frustrating when you're ahead. You know, you're looking up at the clock. Each second takes about a year and a half. But just another long ball in, and honestly, for Whatcom, I think they'd be well served just going to the flag here. You know, hold it there, and then you can attack from that corner if you want. But
Fujita for Kim, that's a nice leave. Connor Seed, oh, tipped wide by Weaver.
Yeah, don't listen to me. Just get the third goal. What the heck? Corner kick for Whatcom.
Well, you still have to, despite how the current scoreline is, Weaver has had a phenomenal number of saves between the sticks tonight for Highline.
He's made several really spectacular saves. He's also been a little bit like on the last play. He was a little fortunate. He got beat, but the shot would force it wide. Good enough. Whatcom with the substitution.
This looks to be Riley McNeil. Ball in from Fujita. And it's nicked away.
3-on-3.
Going through for Rodriguez. Gutierrez is off his line. Rodriguez.
Defender did a terrific job. Just cut him off enough to protect his goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's Zentano.
Zentano, well done. Got his body across. And the referee wants to come over and what are we doing here? He's signaled something. Are we stopping the clock? No. Okay. And Whatcom's perfectly content to extend that 6-second hold time by however long that was extended. As they once again just sort of slow the game down, and then when they get in the attacking half, they're able to combine, play quickly.
And Fujita will be the first Whatcom player into the book. Chops down Murphy here.
Yeah, easy call. And kind of, I mean, it wasn't a situation where Highline was driving toward the goal or anything either. It was just, but once again, slows the game down. Now you're below 7 minutes. Hopefully the official's adding time, but It's a difficult situation, and you really need a goal. Weaver lays this ball into the 18. Well won. Whatcom clears it out, and Highline has to settle for the throw-in. You can see how hard the Whatcom guys are working, just making sure that there's numbers around the ball, there's pressure. Most of the time, Highline gets it, they're in a position where they've got to dribble sideways. There's
Heminger the flick unheaded. Flowers has a chance to play this at the byline. He'll drop back toward Rodriguez, but Zentano is in the way, and he sends it out for a throw-in.
Yeah, once again, they got the ball out wide on the right. Guy got a little time, got his head up, nice cross, and they get a chance to create something.
Machado.
They get a throw-in, but they're kind of headed in the wrong direction here.
Rodriguez.
He's got Flowers if he can get to it, and he does.
Flowers,
good
the cross,
back,
that one nearly turned into their own net.
Had to alertly play the ball over the bar there intentionally. We'll give him credit, right? And it's a corner getting down into the final 5 minutes here of regulation time.
For Highline number 9, Alex Velasco.
Velasco.
Ball comes through.
Duran. Murayama turns it wide. Murphy slides in. Murayama jumps over the tackle, pulls up.
Highline's still really playing with a full back line. An advantage.
Murayama pressing forward. Going ahead for Fujita. Quijada slides in. He'll concede the corner.
Yep.
And pardon me, has the referee just called for a free kick?
I think he called it a foul, which
Did Quijada get too much of the ball, Dave?
I don't know. I thought he got the ball. I thought he definitely fouled earlier in the play. He played advantage. I don't know why he wouldn't just go ahead and have a corner, honestly. But 4.5 minutes to go. Now it's a free kick. Move everybody back.
Low driven ball in.
That was a very well run little play by Whatcom. They had 2 players near post. Ball's driven hard through there. If it touches either of them, it's in the back of the net. There's nothing Weaver can do. Really well done. Didn't result in a goal that time, but just a well-designed attack. Once again, the whistle blows, and you get another stoppage. And Highline's trying to speed the tempo a little bit. Flowers did a nice job there, won the ball. A couple fans wanted to call it wrong. It was a good tackle. He's just working hard.
Trey Flowers getting involved. Clearly some frustrations for the way the last 30 minutes of this match has gone, coming to the fore.
Absolutely. It's sort of a bad-tempered match at this point. A lot of stoppages. One of the players from Whatcom got up and took a kick out at Flowers, and realistically, you do that in most leagues in the world, and you're going home a little early. If you're Whatcom, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. If you're the coach for Whatcom, you've got to be thinking, like, guys, there's 3 minutes to go. We're up 2-0. Here's what you don't want to do. Do anything that's going to involve discipline. It's going to keep you off the field on Sunday, right? So, like, just take it easy. But for Highline, they're playing hard. They've been very frustrated. The pace of the game has really made a comeback tough. They haven't been able to play the way I'm sure that they want to play. And like any game, there's a couple of calls where if you're Highline, you're like, if we had that call went a different way, we got a different game.
Rodriguez fights his way back to the ball.
Through. Another corner. He was in there playing human pinball. But Highline, you can keep complaining to the referee, but you need the ball and you need to take the corner kick. And they've still got, I know Whatcom's hanging 2 guys back there, but you're down 2 goals with 2 minutes to go, and you still got 3 players back defending.
Driven ball, still loose in the area.
Wide open.
Sent toward goal and a stop
block.
from Gutierrez at point-blank range.
Oh, wow. That was a big save, and then number 3 for Highline, Noah Runsvold, got to that ball. He had a chance to step up and really drive that ball from the top of the penalty arc, and unfortunately came in a little high, and once again, ball's out of bounds, throwing it in from someplace. Referee's talking to a coach. Not sure what's going on now.
I think
up, yeah.
Going to be a yellow card, I believe, for Steve Moan.
The Highline coach?
Highline coach over there on the far sideline.
I'd imagine he's a little frustrated right now. but also, you just, as a coach, it's just not, it's not the time you want to have a conversation with the referee. There's a minute left. Last thing you want to do right now is stop the clock.
90th minute, free kick to Highline. And you have to say this, Dave, if the scoreline holds, it's not for a lack of chances that Highline had. Gutierrez had some fantastic saves.
Gutierrez made 2 really big saves. One, the header, and then right there, really, they got, 3 shots off that corner? I mean, where they had 2. They had a really an open look from the 6-yard line. That, that's tough. But on the other hand, I mean, on the run of play, I mean, you've got to say Whatcom's been good for their money. I mean, they've created all kinds of chances. I mean, if Weaver hadn't been spectacular at the other end, there'd be 4 or 5 on the board right now. We'd be having a very different game, and it's really important right now for the official. There's been some afters there. Guys dragging feet and kind of whacking each other a little bit. And really important for the official to kind of stay on top of that right now. You really want to make sure your final, you've got everybody on the field for that game, and you don't have people who are out because of discipline issues, if you can help it.
Machado floats a ball in. Miller delves with a header. Rodriguez trying to settle, going for goal, takes a deflection.
That's a corner. That had beaten the keeper. It's another corner early in stoppage time here. Highline, if they hustle, things not over. For all is said and done here. In the last corner they created a pretty good set of chances. Now they're starting to push forward.
Velasco off the head of Evinger. Machado.
And another corner. Machado
Mariyama
couldn't quite bring that down and get organized in time, but it's a corner now. It's behind a tree. But this makes a little more sense now. I mean, I still don't understand. There's 2 Highline players sort of defending a Whatcom player. There's the goalie finally stepping into the box. You might as well get some big guys in here. I mean, it's your season on the line. You either score or you're out. Another goal doesn't change the game.
Nearly settled. Weaver staying in. That's the cardinal sin for a keeper who's come forward.
Well, I think at this point in the game, there's a free kick. I don't see the, why? I'm a little baffled. Like, why are you defending somebody? Like, if you don't score 2 goals in the next minute and a half or whatever it is, you're done. So what's the point of having somebody standing in your net when you could have them up here?
Floated ball in the middle, over the head of Flowers.
It was a dangerous ball. And of course, who did that to the greatest effect, of course, was DC United. Had everybody in there. Wayne Rooney beat the goalkeeper back, made the play. That changed their season, And Weaver got back in plenty of time here.
Whistle's gone, full time.
There's the full-time whistle. A disappointed Highline crew, an ecstatic Whatcom crew. So 3 out of 4 bids in the semis went to the West Division, but it's going to be 50-50 in the final. Tacoma representing the West, and the North champion Whatcom Orcas are going to join them Sunday afternoon in the final.
Well, it's been an entertaining day of soccer, to be certain. Dave, any final thoughts before we pull a couple of Whatcom players for a post-game interview and wrap this one up?
There you go. No, what a great day for soccer. You've got, and really the men's semis had everything, right? You had a all-action, up and down, fire wagon game with Tacoma and Pierce, and then Whatcom gets the early goal, bangs in a second one, and really was content to kill the game off here. Really, just a tactical, win, a little bit bad-tempered, which, when you get to a semifinal, it's competitive. People are playing hard. On the women's side, you had rematch of last year's final, which was spectacular, and then Clark, a first-time finalist, really exciting. Looking forward to 2 great finals.
And those finals are set, like you said, Clark and Peninsula on the women's side, Sunday at 1:30 p.m., and then the men's team, as Whatcom takes on Tacoma at 4 p.m. We'll have both those matches for you here. Please don't go away. Like I said, our post-game interview with a player from Whatcom or 2 is next here on the NWAC Digital Network.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight. You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings. Do you have that real look in your eye that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quaid? All right. See ya. Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're gonna do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
Welcome back on the NWAC Digital Network. Andrew Harvey alongside Cameron Miller and Hector Gutierrez, 2 tired but very happy players from the Whatcom Orcas. Cameron, this was a physical match out there. How does it feel to battle your way through to a 2-0 victory and punch a ticket to the final?
It's great. It's great. Same thing last year. Played Spokane last year. Got a late goal to win 2-1. It was just a battle, so we knew how playoffs, Final Four go, and it's just always a battle. So,
Hector, you had a no shortage of impressive saves out there today. In particular, there was one quick double save. There was just a pair of reflexes. Just what was it like out there, and how did you manage to keep all those balls out of the back of the net?
It's crazy out there. I just gotta keep my eye on the ball. Try to find it. Honestly, we've been training hard all year. I got my reflexes up, and we just get there. Yeah, we just gotta get there.
Cameron, you mentioned last year this is a Highline team that beat you for the NWAC championship. How good does kind of a little bit of payback feel, knowing that you've gotten past them and maybe sort of exercised the demons of 2017 moving to Sunday?
No, yeah, it feels great, but honestly, that's not the goal. It's the finals, right? So we got a good Tacoma team. They tied them. They're gonna be real physical, so we gotta rest up and we gotta get going for the next game.
Hector, what goes into now trying to get your body right as you are looking toward what'll probably be another very competitive 90 minutes on Sunday?
Good night's sleep and a nice bath.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. I'll let you guys get to that. Gentlemen, congratulations. Best of luck on Sunday. Again, it's Hector Gutierrez and Cameron Miller, 2 players from the winning Whatcom Orcas who will play the Tacoma Titans here at 4 p.m. on Sunday on the NWAC Digital Network. That's going to do it. I'm Andrew Harvey. So long. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.